If you've ever had a week where you were just constantly doing things, but at the end of it, you felt like you just had absolutely nothing to show for it, this video might explain why you feel that way. That's exactly how this week felt for me. I was planning, scheduling, mapping out future projects, moving all the pieces around the board. But there was no really big visible result for all of my energy and efforts. There was no launch, no finished products, no big ta-da! So even though I knew I was working, part of me just felt really tense about not having anything to show for it. Like I hadn't done enough, even though I knew I had. And I realized that there are 3 reasons that planning weeks just feel plain unproductive. And the last one is the one that actually explains the way that your body is feeling underneath all of the tension. Number 3, we only count what's visible. We've been trained over the many years to measure productivity by output. There has to be a finished thing, a delivered thing, a posted thing, something that was sold. But planning, thinking, preparing, structuring, or restructuring, those don't leave any actual visible evidence for us. So you can spend 6 hours completely reorganizing a system and have absolutely nothing to show someone else. And because it feels invisible, we just discount all the energy we put into it. But foundation work is still work, and maybe even some of the most important work and energy that we put out. Just because it doesn't create applause doesn't mean it didn't create progress. Now, the second reason, number 2. Planning activates uncertainty. Execution feels really grounded. You know you're doing a thing, you see it moving, but planning is really different from that. Planning opens up potential possibilities. Planning has a bunch of unknown outcomes. Planning means you're standing before something has materialized yet. And uncertainty is actually uncomfortable for our survival-based nervous system. Even if the plans are really exciting, even if they're really aligned, the unknown has too many variables and we just can't predict how it's going to end. The body reads not yet as instability, which leads us to the reason that is rooted in a reflex that is deep in our DNA. Number 1, when we're not in action, the nervous system is bracing for the next threat. This was the part that actually surprised me. When I'm executing, I'm filming, I'm posting, I'm finishing, I feel so focused. But without instant feedback and adjustment, when I'm planning, there's all this extra space. And in that space, my body is subtly tightening, not dramatically, just enough to feel a little restless because action feels like control and planning feels like exposure. You're looking at a gap between where you are and where you want to be. And the body doesn't really like gaps. So instead of recognizing the week as productive, it actually reads the week as being vulnerable, which is why it actually feels so tense in the body. And that changed how I see these momentum building periods. Now, when I have a planning week, I try to label it differently. Not nothing happened, but foundation was built. Not I didn't produce anything, but I prepared for the next step. And preparation is still movement. It just doesn't always look like it. If you've had a week where you felt busy, but strangely unaccomplished, maybe it wasn't unproductive. Maybe it was actually a foundation building week. And those weeks matter more than we realize in the moment. If this resonates, I'd love to know in the comments, do you feel more calm during an execution or a planning week? And if you're interested in steady growth, not just intensity, but you want to calmly build your foundation, I would love for you to like, subscribe, and stay connected here. Love y'all. See you on Monday. So I'm filming my Friday video and I look back into the river and there's dolphins playing and I just wanted to share it with you. How beautiful.